What's to you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Christmas the Reindeer, where we make it rain here, okay? Now, before y'all get to throwing shade and antics and saying a whole bunch of mess, I am aware that it has been 3 weeks since I first uploaded. Now, with that being said, I had another video recorded and it was supposed to be a makeup tutorial / 21 questions, right? But I had to scrap that video. Why did I scrap that video? Because I realized I am not that confident with makeup like I thought I was. So in the future, do not be expecting a makeup tutorial from your girl, okay? We're just gonna keep it cool and keep it pushing, alright? So now today I bring you 21 questions, and I don't know if you can tell, but I am sitting on the floor. There was no reason to point that out. I just want to let you guys know. Also, if you hear something that sounds like it's peeing in this room, it's a turtle tank. So, let's get into it. The first question is, what's your favorite article of clothing? Now, when I read this, I didn't understand the question to begin with, but I was too lazy to actually ask the person what they meant. So I'm not sure if you meant like my favorite article of clothing like that I personally wear, or my favorite article of clothing that I just like in general. So the favorite thing that I like to wear is I like to have some type of headwear. I don't know why. I like hats, toboggans, headbands, anything that, like, I don't know, hides my identity. I don't know. But my favorite article of clothing in general that I own is my Bob Marley shirts, because those are very expensive. Very expensive. Second question, what's your favorite movie? My favorite movie is, I have two. I would say The Color Purple, and then I would say a movie called Women Throw Art Loose, or Woman Throw Art Loose, something like that. With I don't remember her name, but she's in more movies. I don't know. But I don't know, it's like such a good movie. I can't even tell you the plot of the movie because it really gives away the entire movie. Like, you know what's gonna happen from start to finish if I just tell you one piece of the plot, to be honest. Who is my favorite musical artist? I'm a big fan of Machine Gun Kelly. I actually have the 19XX jacket in this house. I'm assuming it's in my room, so I'm not gonna get up and go get it like another person would. I'm just gonna let y'all just know that I own it, okay? Very expensive jacket, $75. Pay for it all with my own money. So yeah, MGK. But I also was once a very big fan of Beyonce. Now, I'm not really as big of a fan as Beyonce, but I'm a big fan of Demi Lovato. Okay, y'all can have Selena Gomez, y'all can have Miley Cyrus, y'all can have, I don't give a damn, Mark Twain if y'all want to. There's nothing that she can do wrong in my eyes. Like, she's done a lot of wrong, but at the end of the day, it's Demi Lovato. Like, we all know it's Demi, okay? I also love old school music. I don't think people really know that about me. I'm a big fan of like Lyfe Jennings, Fantasia, Aretha, Etta James. Ooh, that's my girl. I don't know if I said Kelly Price already. Kelly Price, if I already said it. Who else? Tina Turner. Tina Turner. I love me some Tina Turner. Marvin Gaye, Teddy Pendergrass. You know, anybody. Anybody that's older than me, I probably mesh with them, okay? If you could date a celebrity, who would you choose? Sway Lee. I think in the long run, I would probably end up getting hurt or cheated on by Sway Lee. But I mean, like, who wouldn't? Okay? If you're dating a celebrity, okay? What's an unexpected event that happened in your life that made you change your perspective on something? Let's go back to right before Christmas break. I went out with these people that I thought I could call my friends, right? And, you know, we were having a little drinky. I'm 21, just in case I didn't know, I'm 21. Had me a little drinky drink, you know, doing what we're doing type stuff, you know? Then all of a sudden, the other girl that I brought with me ended up getting too drunk too quickly and too sloppy too quickly. And she was doing a bunch of things that I wasn't really meshing with. Then all of a sudden, I'm in the backseat trying to calm her down, right? And next thing I know, she decides to swing at me. So you know I'm swinging back, because one thing you're not finna do is you're not finna assault me in my own car. Like, you're not finna do that. Like, I would take all of your stuff and throw it on the ground and leave you there. Like, do not play with me on that level, okay? She's lucky. She's so lucky I took her home. She's very, very lucky, because if I did not believe in being a good person, I would have left her there, and she would have had to fend for herself. And there would have been no call and Joy the next day to come and get you. No, you, you messed it up. Okay, you messed it up. But that really changed my perspective on things. Friendships, relationships, and really just who is in my life in general. Because that night really messed up a lot of things, honestly. Have you ever gotten in major trouble for something you didn't do? I've never been in major trouble, because when I think major trouble, I think prison or jail, and I've never been locked up. The most I've ever done is gotten a speeding ticket, but I mean, other than that. But I can't think of a time that I did get in trouble for something that I didn't do. I was in 1st grade, and this boy beside me, he kept talking, and the teacher was like, okay, look, y'all finna shut the hell up, or somebody's pulling a card, and somebody's sitting out during recess. Okay, now mind you, recess is my jam. So I'm like, I look at the boy, I'm like, hey man, like, shut up, just stop. And the teacher gonna look at me and she gonna say, Joy. I said, huh? She said, come pull a card. I said, what though? Like, it was him though. Like, I was trying to tell him to be quiet, and he gets to have recess, and he been talking the whole time? That really irritated me at 1st grade. Like, I was like 7 years old, and I was pretty pissed. Next question. What made you start YouTube? I feel like YouTube is a very positive way to show you guys a piece of who I really am, like my true personality, because I'm really goofy. And people take me serious, like, a lot, when I'm not even being serious. I just have a straight face. Like, if you know anything about a Sagittarius, we always have the same face. Like, and it's usually a straight face. But when you make us happy or laugh, we show that too. When you make us pissed off, we show that too. So it's just like, no matter what's really happening in the moment, I more than likely don't care, and I'm not going to take it that serious. And I just wish people would, like, understand that and just realize that, like, I'm just a cool person. Just don't mess with me. Another reason that made me start YouTube is I want to start speaking better and speaking more fluently. I have a lisp, and I stutter, and I talk fast. So, I mean, like, you know, there's many different reasons why I started YouTube, but those are just the first that come to my mind. What's your favorite childhood memory? My favorite childhood memory would probably be when I was about 8 or 9, something like that. I loved Raven-Symoné. Like, That's So Raven, my jam. Cheetah Girls, jam. Anything Raven, jam. The Bird Raven, jam. Okay? Like, I loved Raven-Symoné. Around 8 or 9, maybe 10, I was kind of starting to gain a little weight. And with Raven-Symoné, I felt like I could relate to her. And she had thunder thighs, and I remember there was this doll that came out. It was a Cheetah Girls doll, and it was Raven-Symoné. I didn't have any of the other ones. I only had Raven. And she had, like, the little thick thighs and a nice little hourglass shape, and I was like, oh my god, this is me. Like, look, we're the same person. My grandfather used to work at this hotel. It was called, like, the Best Western or Casa Loma, something like that, in Panama City Beach, Florida, where I used to live. And I think it was called Casa Loma before it turned into Best Western. But whatever it was at the time, he brought home that day a That's So Raven CD that had, like, no scratches on it. Baby, it had Double Dutch Bust on it. It had the theme song from That's So Raven. Anything Raven. Anything Raven. And I was like, Señor, I love it. I still have that CD to this day, to be honest. What's your favorite color and why? My favorite color is blue, actually. My favorite color is blue. Blue is such a calming color. Like, every time you see blue, you always think relaxation, calm. You positive things when you see the color blue. And you know, when you see red, you think angry. You see pink, you think girly. I don't know. But I mean, blue, it's just like, it's that color. Who were your biggest influences growing up? One person that I can always think of when I'm asked that is Fantasia Barrino. And Fantasia went through a lot just trying to get to where Fantasia went through a lot just trying to get to where she is now. And with her being on American Idol and her doing everything that she had to do just to get to American Idol is very, like, inspiring and very... He's making me lose my train of thought. Another big influence growing up was my grandmother. When I was younger, I wanted to be a nurse. Like, no cap, I wanted to be a nurse. Like, and that's the only thing that I wanted to do. And I wanted to not only be an LPN, I wanted to be an RN. And then I wanted to be an administrator. Like, I wanted to be up there. And the only reason why I don't want to do that now is because I found my true passion, which is teaching and educating people. And who the hell is that now? Hello? The only reason why I don't want to be an LPN, RN, administrator now is because I worked as a CNA, and I've been a certified CNA for almost 4 years now. I just don't really think that I have the patience to further involve with a patient than I already am. You feel me? Like, as a CNA, you have to clean up after them, you have to do this, you have to do that, right? But as a nurse, you have to administer drugs, you have to administer shots, then you have to make sure that the charting is done correctly for the next nurse and stuff like that. And it's just a lot that has to go on, and I don't really think that I have the time, or not the time because it's part of the job, but I don't think I have the patience to sit there and do all of that. And then whenever somebody dies, you have to deal with that, and it's just... Do you remember any of the movies we saw when we were in middle school and how much money our patients probably spent to pay for them? This obviously comes from somebody that I know from years ago. But I actually do remember the movies that we saw. I don't remember, like, any of the names, but I think they were mostly, like, scary movies because I'm a big scary movie buff, honestly. Oh, to answer my other question, what was a movies that I like?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
One of my favorite movies is It, actually. Like, pretty big fan of the movie It. I don't know why. It's not scary at all to me. It's so funny to me. Like, Pennywise is a funny character, I swear. But the movies that we saw in high school, I remember them. And I remember there were some of them that, like, I didn't necessarily want to go see, but I still went to get out of the house. And our parents probably paid a good grip on the movies, I'm not gonna lie to you. Cause, like, the ticket here is like $7.50, $6.50. Then we both always used to get, like, popcorn, drink, whatever. Because who just finna sit there for an hour and a half and just look at a screen and just your own saliva? Okay. What's your favorite thing you and I did in high school? It's obviously another pal of mine, my best friend, I do believe. I don't write down names. This is my second time recording this. If I didn't say that already, it's my second time recording this. Something that I really... When we went to the witch's house in Gadsden, Alabama on Hines Road. And if you guys want a video on that for, like, information, I mean, we can do that. Let's... we can do a scary Sunday. Like, what's up? What's teas? Okay? Give you more ideas, okay? But that was probably something that really sticks out. And he's right beside me. Something that sticks out in my mind is because when me and my friend went down this road, we had no background on it, nothing. We just knew that there was a witch in Gadsden, Alabama, right? So we were like, cool, let's go. Let's see what's tea. So let's pop that. Okay? And then when we get down there, we both see the little house and we're like, okay, it's right there, right? Then I turned my head to the right and there were these, like, dancing, like, fireflies over this river. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's cute. Mind you, this is like, I think, like, smooth 8 o'clock at night. And so, nowhere near the devil's hour, nowhere near the witch's hour. So this is just a casual sighting, right? And then like when we were driving back, because like back behind these places are like, I don't know if these are like meth houses, but it's a whole bunch of trailers with no cars, and the lights were on, so people do live over there. It's just kind of sketchy. Just to get there is sketchy. You have to go up like this steep mountain, and then when you come back down that mountain, you're on the other side of Gadsden by the mall somehow. Now I don't know how that happened. That is still a mystery to me. It's very interesting because Hines Road is when you enter into Gadsden, Alabama from Collinsville and stuff like that. Not the interstate, just, you know, just casually coming on through Highway 11, right? Then down that little trail of Gadsden, on the right, Hines Road, all that type of stuff. So you are literally by Nakalula Falls when you get into Gadsden, Alabama to go to the witch's house, and then you end up all the way over down by the mall. The mall. That is so far. Like, how? I don't understand. But back to this. When we were doing our little trip or whatever, right? But mind you, I told you that I saw the fireflies. So I saw the fireflies, and we looked it up when we got back. The house was gone when we went back. Like, back around to go back to where we came from. The house was actually gone. I don't know if Amy noticed it or not, but I definitely noticed it because it was right there, like at the very end of the street. You had to either turn left or turn right, and it was right there. And it was gone. Like, it was just like nothing. Like, not even trees. It was just gone. So when we looked it up, it literally said that the fireflies that you see that dance across the river are actually the souls of the people she killed, put in the freaking lake, and drank their blood. Oh yeah, I saw some spirits that night. Thankfully, hopefully, praise God, nothing followed me home. You know, that's always a good thing. Another favorite thing that we did in high school was we wanted to go to the beach, and it was like 11:30 at night, okay? And me and my best friend are just like, hey, let's go to the beach. And we're like, okay, we have beaches, like the man-made beach in Gunnersville. We have that one, so we were like, let's go there. But she was like, no, I don't want to go to that one. So we were like, okay. And me being from Florida, I'm like, hey, Panama City Beach is only 7 hours away, and we can get to Panama City by 7 a.m. and we can be back by like 3 p.m. or 3 or 4 p.m. So we were like, let's do that. We went all the way to Florida to go to the beach, watched a movie, got a little food. That was a very spontaneous trip. If you okay, why do you like cows so much? I like cows not as to eat necessarily, but I like cows because even though there is a mad cow disease that exists, I've never heard of like an actual mad cow. You know, like they probably get mad at the other cows, but I've never heard of like a cow intentionally biting somebody. And when I was younger, like I think I was not even that much younger, like 17, okay? When I was like 17, my grandma, my great-grandfather, and my dog all went to this lake, this pond or whatever, because they knew the people, and they had a bunch of cows. The cows all came up to the car and was licking the window and stuff like that, and like my dog was going ape. He was like, hey, back up, okay? We run this. And those cows were like, we just want to say hey, man. Like, what are you doing? Can we just say hey? Like, what's up? You know? And I don't know, I think cows are just really calming, you know? Why do you want to be a teacher, and who were some of your biggest influence and lack thereof? I want to be a teacher because no matter how old you are, there is always one teacher that when you think about schooling, you think of. It could be a good teacher, it could be a bad teacher. I had a very good teacher when I was in kindergarten and in 2nd grade, and to this day I still give her props because just an amazing teacher, okay? Her name was Miss Spillers. I don't know if she's still with us or if she has taken, you know, another route. I don't know. But either way, She was one of the best teachers that I have ever had. And even at such a young age, she was so intuitive. She really like cared about us. She really cared about our learning styles, making sure that we did learn, making sure that basically we were straight, you know. She was just an amazing teacher. And teachers like that is who I want to be in my life. You feel me? I want to be a good teacher, somebody that somebody can look up to and stuff like that. But I don't only want to be a teacher. I want to be an administrator. Like I want to work in an office to where like if something is going ape at the school, I'm the person that you call. You got to be like, "Hey, Miss Moore, come on, they're doing it again." And I'm going to be like, "All right, here I come." And as soon as I walk into the room, I just want it to feel like kind of like a pressure when I get there, you know? Like everybody's like, sit up straight, hands doing everything, you know? One of that. But I don't want it to be mean. I want it to be like a really nice teacher, you know? And I have had some bad teachers, okay? I'm not going to say a grade because I don't know out of 200 views who has been watching my videos. So, I have had some bad elementary school teachers. My last elementary school teacher was probably the worst teacher I've ever had in my life. And there's actually a 6th grade teacher that teaches history where I currently live, and she's known to be an ace. Okay, so this teacher, my 5th grade teacher, kind of topped that. I knew I wasn't gonna say a grade. I know I said that, but I hope she's not teaching anymore. I really do, because she was terrible. Like I remember she always picked on me for stuff that I didn't even do or say. She really outed me a lot, like all the time. And like the only time I ever got props in that class was if it would pertain to English. That's the only time I really got my props. But when it came to anything else, it was kind of like F you. And then I would never forget this. During the FCAT, which is like, it's literally Florida ACT. That's what FCAT is. And you need that to go into the next grade. Like, to go from elementary to middle school, you need that. I don't know if they still do that or not, but we did it, okay? And we had a special student in our class. And, you know, he needs to do things to, like, you know, focus and stuff like that. But nobody asked her to do this. She started playing Eye of the Tiger during the middle of the FCAT. And when I told my grandmother and my aunts about that, let's just say she's happy to still have a job. Yeah, because that's very, 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 very inappropriate. And when she was playing that, the other 2 classes on the other side of us, right? There's one over here, one over here. And they both came into our room and told her to stop. That's how bad that teacher was. She was very childish. I literally think she was only 25, 26 years old. Not the best teacher. What is your zodiac sign? I'm a Sagittarius. Gang, gang, gang. Throw all your, put all your signs down in the chat, guys. How about that? What is your MBTI type? Okay, so like I said, this is post recorded. This is my 2nd time recording this, and I actually left the notebook at school. So I cannot give you an accurate answer. I just know that, and I'm not going to take it again because it was 44 questions. You sent me a test. I just want you to know that you sent me a test during midterms week. Okay? Just saying. But my MBTI type is, I think it was ENFJ, ENJS, something like that. Something crazy. It said that I was passionate, a teacher. I always try to diffuse situations. Yeah. I can message you the answer because I really don't remember. What are you interested in that most people haven't heard of? I'm a big fan of art. Like, I love good art. not necessarily art that you would find like in like a gallery or anything like that. I like life art. You feel me? Like, I like looking up in the sky and seeing the clouds and seeing the birds and seeing stuff like that. Like, to me, that is art. I like seeing just random pieces of art, like in nature, in life, like a beautiful flower, you know, a good picture of a car, you know, somebody wearing really good clothes. Like, to me, that is art, because I don't feel like art is just defined as like a portrait, a landscape, you know, something like that. I feel like art is anything. Like, literally, this, what you see right here, this is art. Anything is art. Life is one big art. We are walking art, guys. So you guys know that. Another thing that I'm interested in that people don't really know is I'm a big gamer. Like, I don't have a system. I don't have an Xbox. I don't have a PlayStation. But I play with my cousin sometimes. Ever since I was young, cause my cousin, he had PlayStation, PlayStation 2. He went to Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and then when I was younger, I had less. I had a Nintendo GameCube. I had a Nintendo 64. I had a Nintendo DS. I had the Game Boys. Yeah, at one point I wanted a 3DS, but I was like, I don't want a 3DS anymore. Like, at this point in life, I do want an Xbox so I can play my own games. But for the most part, I watch them on YouTube. If you guys are interested in some type of gamers and stuff like that, you might want to watch, I'll put some in the description for you guys. Like, I know one of the people that I really like is CoryxKenshin. I watch him literally all the time. CallMeKevin, hilarious. I love CallMeKevin. MessYourself is another one. Jacksepticeye, Carmen King. Carmen King is really funny. And she does hair too, so get into it. Okay, this next question was the dress question. You know, what color do you see? Is it black and white? Is it gold and da 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 da? For this question, when I saw it on Facebook, I kid you not, the dress was blue and black. When I saw it today, the dress was white and gold. What? What? I was shaken, not stirred. Like, I've never seen that before. Like, mind you, this has been around for years. Like, since I was in high school, this was out. And I always saw, like, blue and black, blue and black, blue and black. And I've never, ever, ever, I swear, went back to this picture before, like on Facebook, Twitter, wherever the case may be, and the color was different. Every time I went back, I always saw the same freaking color. When I went back today, the color changed, bro. That's sick. Sick, bro. Next question is, what are your fears? What are you afraid of? I have nonsensical fears and I have legitimate fears. Like, a legitimate fear is I'm scared shitless of dying. I'm terrified of my health. Like, I don't know where my health is at right now. I don't know if I'm in good health or I'm in bad health. I know I do have health problems from time to time. And, you know, it's really terrifying when it feels like your organs are like having contractions, like muscle contractions, but it's like your organs, because like my heart does it, and then right here in the back where your lung is, it does it too. And it's just kind of, you know, it's kind of scary at times. My nonsensical fears are, I'm terrified of mascots. I hate mascots, I swear. But I think it has to do with the fact that it's a person in a mask and you have no idea who it is. It could be a serial killer, it could be a man, it could be a female, it could be a child molester, it could be a cop. I don't know, okay? And it's literally so terrifying. And then when they get up close to you, it's just like, oh, back up. Back up. Like, mascots like to get close. And one mascot that really scarred me was Goofy from Six Flags. I was in 6th or 7th grade. I was in band, and at the end of the year, we always went to Six Flags in Atlanta. One time I went to face my fear and go hug Goofy. Mind you, I was by myself, so I didn't have like a friend to like be like, hey, not with it. My friends kind of like went to the water portion, I think, and I didn't want to go because like I just wasn't feeling it. But I remember I was by myself, and I went to go hug Goofy, and Goofy hugged me like that, and I was like, and at that moment I never trusted another mascot. And a mascot that used to scare me the most was the Etowah Blue Devil. If y'all are in Alabama, y'all know about the Etowah Blue Devil. It's literally a blue devil. And I remember one time I was in band, of course, and we were at the game, and the blue devil started like walking towards me, and I instantly was like, Jesus, no, okay, look, no. Another question. What's the craziest thing you've ever done? The craziest thing I've ever done in my entire 21 years of living was when I was 19 years old and I took my 20 years old, and I took my I was 19. I took my happy self to Pennsylvania to go be with a boy that I thought liked me or loved me. Yeah. And if you're watching this video, somehow it's gotten up there to Pennsylvania, you see it, just to let you know, still don't like you. Okay? So your girlfriend still wanna fight her. Y'all thought I was gonna be more mature than that, didn't you? I'm not. Because that was literally the waste of my time. Like, I almost ruined a relationship with my grandmother. I could have died getting to Pennsylvania. That was a 14-hour trip. Staying awake the entire time. 14 hours straight drive, bro. Then I was up for like another 10. I was up for almost 36 hours. And nobody gives a damn about it. That's why I'm still mad. A lot of stuff happened just getting to Pennsylvania, and getting back to Pennsylvania was even worse. I had to get gas one time, mind you. And I forgot that I had to go through Tennessee. Then I had to go through West Virginia, South Virginia, North Virginia, all the Virginias I had to get there, okay? Then Maryland and Pennsylvania. But when I was in Tennessee, I was on the outside of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, okay? And I did not know that Pulaski, Tennessee was on the outside of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, right? If y'all don't know history, here it comes. Pulaski, Tennessee is where the KKK was founded in the year 1866. I drove a 2003 green Ford Explorer, okay? My baby, she needs some gas. So I'm driving my own little business, and I see Pulaski, Tennessee. I'm like, okay, period. Not stopping there. Just keep on driving. I get to the next little city over. I have no idea what it was called. I don't really care. But the outside of Pulaski, Tennessee, I stopped in another city. And I didn't know racism ran as far as it did in Tennessee. So I think I'm all safe, right? And I get to this gas station. Mind you, this gas station has nothing but a bunch of yay trucks, okay? If you don't know what a yay truck is, get into it. Because when you say a yay truck and your skin looks like mine, we're in the wrong part of town. Let's be honest, okay? And I get there, and I go around the pumps, and I see all these Caucasian men just looking at me. And I'm already thinking, like, yeah, nah, I think I'm gonna just kick my car until we get to Gatlinburg, because, baby, what? So we just kept going. And then I was like considering parking, you know, considering getting gas, because I had a debit card, so I don't have to even go. I just have to look at these clowns. When I look at my rearview mirror, there is a big yay truck following me all around this gas station. And I'm like, I don't know who finna die today, but baby, we headed back to Alabama because it's not going to be Christmas joy. No. But that was the craziest and the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. I will never do anything that risky again because that was really a risky trip. Last question. Do you remember when we ended up in Trenton, Georgia? I know exactly who this is. This is my old friend, Vicky. Funny story. I can't remember if I was at her house and was like, let's go on a trip, or if it was after school and I was like, hey, get in the car. Either way, I kidnapped Vicky. And I knew Trenton, Georgia was like just a skip and a hop down the street. So I was like, let's go. And I almost ran out of gas. I almost ran out of gas as soon as we entered in Trenton, and I almost had a panic attack, and we were going to be stranded in Trenton, Georgia. Then she also got in trouble because she wasn't supposed to be, like, out past, I think it was past a certain time, or she wasn't supposed to be out, period, something like that. And it was literally just an experience. And now I know that Trenton, Georgia is not the place for people like us to stop at as well. It's best to just kind of keep going, unless you know your way around Trenton, Georgia. But yeah, it's a pretty like sketch part of the woods. But just in case you guys are wondering, that's 21 questions. So the video is over. So if you liked it, give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. And if you guys have any suggestions for the next video, if you guys want to hear me do a scary story, like something that I find interesting and scary, like, or unsolved stories, stuff like that, like Jumping A. Ramsey or the Zodiac Killer, my favorite. You know, Jack the Ripper, Ed Gein, also inspired the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If you have another suggestion for another video you want me to do, go ahead and leave that down in the comment. I'm trying to see about doing gaming, because I do have some gaming ideas like The Sims, BitLife, other cooking games, so whatever, you know, just some games in general. You know, just leave comments for everything down below, okay? Good comments, though, okay? So, close it out. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. We going dumb, 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 dumb.